This is Fred Allendale with another tutorial on the Texturing HUD Kit Advanced. Now, before you attempt to build your own HUD, you need to make some changes to the permissions in the scripts and some of the other components that I've sent to you. And this is all covered in the step-by-step instructions that comes with the HUD kit. But for now, we'll assume we've got the delivery box. We've taken it into our inventory, so we can delete the delivery box. And before we try and build a HUD, the first thing we need to do is go into this texturing HUD script. This is the one that's going to go in your HUD, and it will be transferred to the next owner. So we're going to go down and right click on properties, and right now it's copy and transfer, but you cannot, under the license terms of this, transfer this to somebody else with both copy and transfer permissions. You have to either select copy no transfer or no copy and transfer. So I'm just going to make this well, let's just do it the other way around. Yeah, let's do so we'll make it no copy and transfer for the next owner. Okay, and then we'll go down here to the target, the texturing HUD target script, and do the same thing. This goes into the into your target object, and it needs to have the same permissions. So we'll make it transfer only as well. And the third item that will go into your deliverable is the HUD button configuration note card, and it is delivered with full perm so that you can edit it and you can transfer it, but you need to again reduce the permissions for the next owner and make it no mod and no copy. By making it no mod and no copy, this will also prevent somebody from opening the note card and looking at it and seeing what your texture UUIDs are. Recognize that it's still theoretically possible for somebody to write a script that could read those even though they're marked modify and copy. So that's why I provide the encryption functions in the Face Finder and Profiler, which we'll talk about in another tutorial. So once you set those three items, those are the items that you're going to deliver along with your products, then you're all set to go. And then to set up your HUD, you can either start from scratch and create your own, or you can start with my generic HUD down here. I'll res that up. Looks like I'm facing the wrong way here. Let me turn it around so we can see it. This is a good starting point for you to add or delete. You can unlink this and start adding or deleting items, but it's initially delivered as an empty because you need to put in your own scripts, or the scripts here that have been changed in terms of their permissions. Now there is some protection built in. If I go back, for example, and I leave this as it was delivered, copy and transfer, and I try and put it into the object, it's going to get deleted, and it'll say down here, next owner permission must be set to no copy or no transfer. So if you forget to make those changes and you drop this in, you'll find that they won't stay there. That they'll just be deleted. So let me change this back now. Now, this time when I try and put it in, you'll see something else will happen. It'll get deleted once again, and now it says error, incorrect license code. The texturing HUD script was deleted. So the next step that you have to follow, and again this is all in the note card, is to take this license script, texturing HUD license here, and drop it into your HUD. And it will now say this HUD is now licensed to Fred Allendale, or it'll be licensed to you or whoever who the buyer is. And now I can put in my texturing HUD script, and of course it'll say faulted because I don't have a configuration note card in there yet. So I'll drop my generic note card in there, and now it'll try and initialize. Now it's going to give me a whole bunch of errors because this generic note card is literally has nothing in there. So I've got a whole bunch of button names in there that don't have any parameters specified for them. So it's gonna chat me a whole bunch of errors, and when it's done, it will tell me initialization failed, 24 errors found, please make the corrections. So at that point you would make your corrections. What I normally would recommend you do is you do the configuration note card, get it all set up in memory first, in your inventory first, and then drop it in here. Otherwise, you'll be constantly trying to reread it, and you'll keep getting errors. So make sure it's right before you go. And then the final step after you arrange all your buttons and get your configuration note card parameters set up however you want them, is then you would go in and actually change the next owner permissions for the HUD itself. Chances are that would probably be the same, no mod, no copy. So you don't want people fiddling with the HUD, making changes to it. You just want them to be able to use it. So those are the basic setup functions. And then you can, at this point, you can then create whatever HUD layout that you want, and have at it. And I think you'll find this very flexible and very very user-friendly way to create HUDs for your creations. Thanks very much for watching these tutorials, and my name is Fred Allendale, and as usual, at any time, I'm more than happy to answer questions, respond to IMs or note cards if you need some help in getting things set up. Thanks very much for buying my texturing HUD kits.